like as a next step, we will move on to the so what I'll be talking about will be digital experience. I'll be touching on tools that have become extremely important, like marketing automation, and I'll also be touching on some very sophisticated tools that allow us to measure customer feedback. Because in this day and age, if it's all about your tribe, your community, and their voice, and listening to their voice and shaping your product and services accordingly. So if our products and services are constantly getting shaped by the customer, then we can be very sure that we'll be a winner in 2017. So a little bit about Arrow, our company. We work with some of the leading clients in Australia, like Commonwealth Bank, Telstra, Fuji Xerox. But what we love doing is working with small businesses and helping them to compete with the big boys in town. So a few things about me. I've been in this industry since 1997, and those were the pre-Google days when I actually launched into the industry, and been at the forefront of change. And I've been a digital strategist for some of the leading companies in Australia. I have helped small businesses to compete with the big boys. Some examples of those are getting a travel website above whatif.com. And those are the things that absolutely make us thrilled when we can get the small businesses to make a dent out there in the market and start gaining market share. And also, over the last 10 years, I have added $786 million to Australian businesses. So this is our team. A team, as you can see, like we're a team of 20 people out here in Melbourne, and we are a multicultural team. We have a good time out here, and an overview of our services. So we strategy is at the heart of whatever we do, and what one of the things we do is we focus a lot on integrating different forms of digital marketing to help companies to achieve their goals. What we have seen over the last 10 years is that as digital marketing has evolved, it is no longer about doing one thing to get the end result, but combining several different things to increase your sales. So the world we live in today is one of the most transformational times. We have seen that companies that have failed to adapt are failing to survive. So a lot of companies are, like we saw in Australia, borders closed down completely because they did not go digital well in time to compete with disruptors like Amazon. So with all this digital disruption taking place in the market, what's most important is that we continue to evolve and innovate our digital marketing methods to keep pace with the market. So now I'll get on to the presentation where 5 things business owners need to know for success in 2017. So before venturing into those 5 things, I'll talk about the biggest reasons we see why businesses fail. Like over the last 10 years, we've had quite a few clients who have been very successful. Some of our clients have grown fast just within 3 to 4 years and have had exits of $40 to $50 million we had a client who had an exit of $700 million. So we tend to observe like what is the difference between businesses that are successful and businesses that fail. And one of the characteristics of businesses that fail is that they are far too conservative as far as their digital spend is concerned or their marketing is concerned. So not spending enough can be one of the reasons why businesses fail. Not giving enough time. So one could spend a lot of money and not be aware of what is happening. So we've seen CEOs who delegate their marketing to a marketing coordinator, or even like I've seen like small businesses who will have the receptionist doing the social media marketing, and that can be highly detrimental to the business because you've got people who don't have the digital skills taking decisions about your marketing, which will have a far-reaching impact. Not spending time on the right things, so like not being prudent about what is important. So we need to, before we start spending money on marketing or digital marketing, we need to take a step back and decide what our strategy is going to be, what our industry is doing, what our competition is doing, how are we going to differentiate ourselves, and use the technologies that are working today and not the technologies that were working 5 years back or 10 years back. Not thinking about the end result. Like a lot of companies do tactical things that they hear from someone that now Facebook is working really well for marketing, so they want to launch a Facebook campaign. We have companies who will come to us and say, look, I want to do marketing automation. So, and when we talk to them, like what actually is the end result? What do you want to do as a result of marketing automation? They don't have the answers. Not having a competent team to execute. So you need to have people who can execute your marketing strategies. And if you don't have those people internally, you can generate those teams externally. So these are some of the biggest reasons for failure, and from here we will go to the some of the top 5 things that digital marketing is. We need to know about digital marketing before we go into the next year.
So, no, let's pause. Unmute.
Hmm?
Yeah.
So the digital experience really has become very important because customer habits are changing, and one of the things that's happening is that people are wanting more engagement and interactivity, and the customer journey has become extremely important. So there used to be a time when websites used to be like a maze, and people used to find it difficult to navigate through them. And even today, there are a lot of websites that don't have a simplified user journey. But at the end of the day, the digital experience you provide to people is going to be a competitive advantage in 2017. So one of the things is improving the experience. Like how do we improve the digital experience? There are some really sophisticated tools out there that help you to improve the digital experience. One of these tools is Campile, and Campile, it helps customers to plan, implement, and optimize their voice of the customer program. So at the end of the day, it's very important for us to know what your website visitors are experiencing. And these tools, what they essentially help us to do is to get the feedback of the customer as they're taking the user journey. We've got User Voice, and User Voice is a fantastic product and a tool, and what it helps you to do is it helps you to take feedback from the user and transform that feedback into an improved product or an improved website using the data that is coming from behind the website to drive product strategy. So if you know, for example, that there are certain products that are selling more than the others, then you could give them more prominence along your digital journey. We were working with an educational institute called MIT, and what we found was that their domestic journey and the international journey was all blended into one. What we found was that the moment we segregated the domestic journey from the international journey based on feedback from the users, the conversion rate of the website increased by around 34% immediately. So implementing some of these tools can very quickly improve your conversion rate. We also have user brain, and user brain is very interesting because it continuously receives videos of real people testing your website, web app or prototype, and making it very easy to use. So a lot of websites I find, like people launch their website without having an interaction with a focus group or with a customer. And we were working on one such website. It's called Best Gift Certificates. They are like a gift experience company like Red Balloon, and they used to get a very high amount of traffic on their website, but very few people were actually turning into customers for them. So when we started this focus group and started actually getting videos of real people testing the website, we found that people were not being able to find the gift experience that they were looking for, and people gave us some how ideally they would like to be able to navigate through the website, and based on that we redesigned the website, and the website conversion rate, it went up by about 180%. So these tools, like, they have existed for quite some time, but they will become much more important as we go down in 2017. We've got another interesting tool called Surveycate.com, and Surveycate is about uncovering in the moment insights from targeted website surveys. So as a visitor is going through your through different pages of your website, you can ask them questions about what it is that they find easy and what it is that they find difficult. And if someone is about to leave the website, bounce off the website, you can ask them there and then, hey, can you please give us a little bit of feedback on why you're leaving the website? So now it's not a one-way street where the website owner is providing information to the customers, but the customers are also providing information to the website owner. And this is very powerful in terms of constant evolution in the overall digital experience on website, mobile, and tablet. So we also have 5secondtest.com. Like I've seen a lot of digital agencies don't do enough testing before they launch websites, and 5-second test is really good because you can very quickly get the first impressions people are getting of different pages before you launch a website, and based on that you can make changes before the launch. So this is an example of a focus group that we did to get an idea of how people are experiencing a website. So while navigating to the website, we asked them to request to rate different questions from 1 to 5, 5 being the highest and 1 being the lowest. And so what we did there was we found that we created a scenario for this website called Best Gift Certificates, and our scenario was that your anniversary is coming up and you do not have an idea of what to give your partner. You know that your partner hates it when you come up unprepared, and you also know that your partner wants an adventure experience, but you only have a limited time over the weekend to make that decision. So you go to the website to search for activities and adventures, and we will be looking at the following websites for this scenario. So we took up 3 websites in the experience gifting domain. One is totalexperience.com.au. The second is bestgiftcertificates.com.au. And the third one is redballoon.com.au. And the first question we asked was the home page, informative? And then we asked people, like, was the homepage generally attractive and invited you to browse and find the product you wanted at that time? And you can see the scores that people have given to different websites from 1 to 5. And here you can see that, like, a lot of people have given 1s and 2s, telling us that the home page is not attractive enough for to entice them to browse to the website. And this was, when we looked at Google Analytics data, it was verified that a lot of people were bouncing off because they were not attracted to the home page. So, and then we asked them, were you able to find with ease the gift certificates or experiences that you were looking for? And you can see clearly that totalexperience.com got a higher score than Best Gift Certificates, where a lot of people were giving 1, 2, and 1. And we, when we looked at this data, we thought that this is really important, because if people can't find with ease the experiences that they're looking for, it's very likely that they will bounce off, and the cost of acquisition that has been incurred in getting the traffic will go waste, and which was happening actually. So then the next question was, did the home page load easily on your computer, or did you face any technical issues? And again, you can see, like, we found that totalexperience.com was getting a higher score, Red Balloon was getting a higher score, our client Best Gift Certificates was getting quite a low score on that. Then, was navigation consistent from page to page? And on this count, we found that, like, a few people gave us 3 out of 5, and that was. And then, were you able to properly narrow down on products based on your locality, suburb, and postcode? And we got a one person saying 1 and one person saying 3. So it was quite low. We would ideally want to be a 4 or a 5 on this thing. So the next is, how does the website provide internal links? Like, if you want to go back to the home page, can you click a button that allows you to go straight, or do you need to hit the back button of your browser? And as you can see, like, for most websites, the experience was not great. Like, most of the people who gave feedback, like, they gave scores of 1s and 2s for Best Gift Certificates. So there was a need to give internal links. So this is an example of how we conducted this focus group, and we gathered information, and based on that gathered information, we redesigned the website completely. And we also did face-to-face focus groups with people to get the exact, like how they would like the website to be. So this is about getting the customer feedback or even a potential customer feedback and incorporating it into your website on an ongoing basis to improve the digital experience. And these days, one of the things I would like to mention here is that most people think that designing a website is a one-time affair, right? So earlier in 1980s, 1990s, when I got into digital marketing, people used to say, let's design a website and then we'll visit it next year or in a couple of years. But today, like, you can't do that at all, like, because it is an interactive world where you're constantly getting feedback from your customers. You're looking at Google Analytics, you're looking at what pages are working for you, what pages are not working for you, what is the user flow on analytics. So based on that, you need to constantly make incremental improvements to your website to get a high conversion rate. And we'll talk more about that as we go through this webinar. So now we'll do a short survey, short poll, just to find out from you all like where you are when it comes to doing some of these things. It's just a short 3-minute poll. Okay, so we have a very wide wide spectrum out here, like, so don't hesitate to, whatever it is, like, you can put in the information. Do you know what percentage of your website visitors come from mobile? So we got so far, most people, a large majority of the people don't know the answer to this. About 20% of the people have said that, 27% have said yes so far. We're looking for just 1 or 2 more votes, and I think we'll have a clear picture on this one. So there's just one person, I think, who hasn't, 1 or 2 people have not voted so far. But so 25% people have said yes, and 75% people have said no. So 75% of people don't know what percentage of the people are coming from mobile. Now, just to give you an idea, like out of all our clients, we find that more than 50% of the website visitors are coming from mobile, and in certain cases, even 70% of the website visitors are coming from mobiles and tablets. Because people are so hooked to their smartphones, I have seen people in the office in front of a desktop, but they're actually working on the smartphone instead of the desktop. So what does that mean from a digital experience point of view? If your website is not optimized for mobile, and like optimized for mobile, like a lot of people say, look, my website is responsive, but is responsive good enough? Like you could have a responsive website, and that means that your website, it adjusts to the mobile device, but what experience are you giving to the mobile customer? if your desktop version has just been adjusted to the mobile, it still may not be a good experience for the mobile customer. And if most of your customers are on the mobile, then you should have a mobile first strategy when you're actually designing the website. So what's a mobile first strategy? The mobile first strategy really is about thinking about the user experience on the mobile first and doing the design, and then adapting that to the desktop, because you have fewer viewers maybe on the desktop. And because we are living in a multi-device environment today, a lot of Australians, they start their day in the morning with smartphones, and then they go to office and they start using desktops, and then in the evening they switch back to smartphones. Maybe during the lunchtime they again use their smartphone, and then in the evening they switch back to smartphone. It is very important for the website to be optimized for the multi-device environment, and for us to actively see our Google Analytics. So I got over here that 80% of people or 75% of people did not know what percentage of people are coming from mobile. I take it that they are not going into analytics enough. And one of the things that we do offer here at Arrow is analytics training. So if any of you want to take us up on that, we are more than happy to help you to get upskilled there. So the next question is, how often do you measure the return on investment on your ad campaigns? So we've got people, it looks like people are measuring the return on investment. We've got a few people who said never, and I really don't think that's a good idea, because if you're not measuring, you've got in digital, the best thing about digital marketing is that you can measure the ROI of your ad campaign and adjust them accordingly. And if you're not, so eventually we got 30% of the people so far who are saying never. Like, uh, you must start measuring the return on investment, and you must install a conversion tracking script on your ads. So if you're doing Google AdWords, you can install a conversion track. You can define what goal you have, like whether you want people to fill up a contact form or make a purchase. Uh, so we've got the results now. Like 30% have said never, 10% do it yearly, 20% do it quarterly, 20% do it monthly, and 20% do it weekly. So I can say with confidence that the 20% who are doing it weekly will have a much higher return on investment from their ad campaigns than those who are doing it yearly or never doing it at all. So this is something, it can be done easily, and it can be done like on Google, it can be done on Facebook. If you're doing Facebook advertising, you can do pixel tracking, and you can also track through Google Analytics. You can install goal conversions on Google Analytics and measure exactly what traffic source is converting and delivering return on investment for you. So the next question is, how many methods of marketing or advertising do you use? So you can select multiple answers in this, because I'm sure a lot of people might be using many different methods. So we can see that like a lot of people are using social advertising, and what's still coming in.
The result.
So we've got the results for the poll, and one of the things that is striking here is that like social seems to be very popular. Like a lot of people are using social, and if you are using social marketing, it is quite important that you measure your return on investment. Like I find a lot of people spend a lot of time on Facebook, and like especially when you're measuring the return on investment on your social campaigns, it's quite important to measure not only the dollar value you spend on advertising, but also the amount of time that is being spent on organic work as far as promoting your social is concerned. And I also see that the EDMs, like very few people are using EDMs, and this is going to be a big trend in 2017, where EDMs will be, which is electronic direct mail, lead nurturing, will be one of the best ways of acquiring new customers, because it's about the EDM is about the traffic that you acquired through SEO and social, the people who came, nurturing those leads so that over a period of time they convert. Because when people come to your website, very few of them actually want to sign up straight away. So usually more than 90% of the people will not sign up straight away. And these people are, if they are not followed up in a sophisticated way by lead nurturing, uh, you miss out on them altogether. But some companies have started using EDMs highly effectively, and turning these leads over a period of time, turning these leads into customers, increasing their conversion rate very significantly. So content marketing, I found that no one is really using content marketing, and content marketing these days has become one of the most effective ways of acquiring new customers. Especially video content is going to become important as we go into the new year, and people believe. One of the things is people believe video content. So, like if you can show your product, your office, your clients, your testimonials on video, it is far more credible than just putting the text in. So content marketing is something that I would recommend that you start doing, and you embrace video as well. And 11% of the people have said that they are still using offline methods. And it would be interesting to see how you are integrating your offline advertising with your online advertising, and what measurement methods are you using for your offline advertising. I used to work for a client in the home loans industry, and they were investing quite a bit of money offline into regional TV campaigns. And we used to, at the same time that the regional TV ad would go out, we used to do local targeted adverts over there, and the conversion rate of the advert campaign used to be very high. So doing offline advertising in a way that it is synergistic with your digital campaign can get you a higher return on investment. So the next question, what percentage of your annual revenue do you spend on marketing? So most people have voted. We are just like waiting for a few votes. Like, so so we've got like 20. If we see the spread, majority of the people are spending 3 to 5% of their annual revenue on marketing, and that's highly recommended that we spend minimum 5% of our budget of our annual revenue on marketing if we want to be in the growth mode. 3% is enough maybe to sustain ourselves, but if you really want to grow, then 5 to 10% is highly recommended, and 20% of the people have are spending 5 to 10%, and actually 10% people out there seem to be spending more than 10%. So that's a market leader strategy. We worked with some market leaders in the past. Like for example, I worked with Dodo Internet, and Dodo used to spend more than 15% of their annual revenue on marketing, and what we found was that they grew at a rapid pace because of that, and they were able to exit at $700 million. So the money that they spent on marketing, they got at least 100 times of that back. If I look at the other clients who sold their businesses for $50 million or $40 million, they were also spending about 15 to 20% of their annual revenue on marketing. But if obviously they had an end outcome in mind, they wanted to grow fast and exit their business, so they were spending that kind of money on marketing. But if you want to, if you have a growth plan where you want to grow at, let's say, 40 to 60% per annum, then 5 to 10% investment on marketing usually does suffice. It's also about how you spend it and how prudent you are with what methods you use. It's not always about how much money you spend. Next. So one of the trends that is coming up in digital marketing is brand stories and videos. But people are more interested in who you are, what your story is, and they want to see it on video. They want to be able to, instead of written text, like they still are. I see a lot of websites which are text heavy and hard to read, and most people just skip over that text, like they'll just read a few lines here, read a few lines there. But when it comes to a video, you can really make an impact out there. If you have a story that you feel connects to you from the heart, then that is your most powerful method of marketing and reaching out. Because when your story is heard by other people, and they also start embracing it, gradually you build your community. And once you have a community, the community is a very powerful way of sustaining your marketing, because your community becomes your way of uh, developing new ideas, getting feedback. They are also your advocates, so they go and talk about you, and all of that starts as your story. So like at Arrow, we talk about our story a lot. We talk about why we started Arrow. For example, we started Arrow because both me and the co-founder of Arrow, we used to work in large multinational companies, and we found over there that the client was just a number and not a name, and we wanted to deliver a highly personalized experience where people are totally delighted with the experience they're having. So showcasing that to the customer and showcasing some customer testimonials where they've actually experienced what we set out to provide to them, it becomes a powerful story. So similarly, I'm sure a lot of you have got the story of why you started your business, what resonates with your target audience, putting that together in a powerful, compelling way in a video and distributing that to your target audience is highly powerful as a method of marketing. So take the example of the brand Dove, and here, like, they are creating stories, and they've got different personas, and for different personas, they've got different stories. So here they've got this photo over here, and they're saying withered or wonderful. And this is one of our clients from the US, and they are really revolutionary in the way that they do their marketing. Their concept is that we want to be doing things that nobody in the industry does. So they are the market leaders in the manufacturing industry in the US in metalworking machines, uh, and nobody in the metalworking machines talks about what is done inside the factory. Everybody sells brochures of the products. And I met the CEO of Bailey when he came to Australia, and we were discussing his brand story. And he was saying his brand story is all about passion. People who have the passion for metalworking, and it's like we are not selling metalworking machinery, we are selling passion, and in that we are showing the story. Like, so if you can see their Facebook, like, so you're saying girls can shape too, metal shaping teacher. So there's a metal shaping teacher out there that they have a girl. So they are like sort of being like contemporary and having that challenging the status quo and doing things differently. And really that's what people want to associate with. People don't want to associate with how many nuts and bolts you put into the machinery. They want to know, like, they already know that Bailey is a brand, but they want to know what's behind the brand and what's the story behind it. So at this stage, like, would anyone like to ask any questions? So the next trend in so the next big trend in digital marketing is creating tribes and communities, and then listening to them. And one of the things I have found is that brands that are leaning towards uh, getting people with common values, like if you take the example of Billabong, or take the example of Bailey, for example, like if they create tribes and communities and listen to them, then then they are able to have it has a viral effect, and they're able to keep increasing the size of those communities. So we have take the example of the Dollar Shave Club. Like here, they've created like a very cutting edge advertising where they're saying and that helps to create the community further. Here's Healthy Mummy. Like this is Rianne Allen, one of our clients, and She's got a massive following on social media,
The screen
and
shows
and
the full screen.
and the reason for that is that uh, when she started investing in social media, she started attracting like-minded people. Like she was at that time, she just had a baby and she needed to lose weight, and she started this business, and she attracted a lot of mothers from that niche, and because of that, she created a massive fan following over the last 6 years. So this company was just founded in 2010. I had got the call from her when she had just made a small website and she wanted to promote it. We took the strategy of creating a tribe, and she's now got like a massive tribe on Facebook, on Healthy Mummy, and she's got 200,000 people liking it. So the next question really is like about your marketing spend. So how much should you spend on marketing? Like if you get a pen and paper out, and based on what, firstly answer the question, what revenue would you like to achieve in 2017? How much growth do you want in your business? How much revenue did you get in the last financial year? And what revenue are you aiming for? So once you've got that, and you've got like what percentage of the revenue you want to spend on marketing, I usually recommend minimum 5 to 10% being invested in marketing. I can see that more than 30% people in the audience already are doing that. So, but also it's about being wise about the spend. So, uh, for example, like if you're spending money on a method that you cannot measure accurately, like you're spending money on print or you're spending money on radio, and you can't measure the return on investment, then it is worth considering whether you want to keep investing in that or not. We had a client who used to spend $110,000 on yellow pages, and when he started measuring what return he was getting for it, like he felt like he had wasted a lot of money that went down the drain. So uh, it's really about getting more sophisticated, using systems, more tools, technologies, and systems that make your marketing sharper. If you're already getting the traffic, then it's not necessary to quadruple your traffic. It's You may even grow your traffic by just like maybe 20 to 40% in the year. But if your conversion rate increases by another 40%, and if you can nurture your leads and convert the more of the leads into sales, that could be more powerful for you. So like going through each metric, having a look at what people in your industry are doing, what your competition are doing, is very important in terms of determining like how much you want to spend and on which channel. So the first question is deciding how much money do I want to spend next year on marketing, and the second question is which expenditures that I was making, marketing investment I was making last year, worked best for me, which ones did not work well for me, which are the new ones I want to introduce, and coming up with a marketing plan before the new year starts. Because if you've got the plan bedded down, then you'll be able to, as you come in January, you'll be able to roll out the plan and see results and keep fine tuning it. So one of the things we recommend is doing a healthy experimenting streak. So can you list 25 marketing methods that you have not tried ever or not tried in the last 12 months? If you can, it's really about what you have not tried at all and what people in your industry are doing, for example. I find a lot of businesses that are stuck to just one or two methods of marketing. So expanding that and listing down all the different methods of marketing will make a massive difference. So marketing is really about strategy, because if you've got your business strategy first, you've thought through your customer journeys, you've done your brand positioning, you've done your usability testing, it makes a lot of difference. Having branded content, having digital engagement, and then having integrated marketing. We find a lot of people go straight into SEO or AdWords when they think of digital marketing, but it is about the complete journey right from your business strategy. So here's your integrated digital marketing strategy, from brand positioning, your content marketing, organic search, paid search, social media, Facebook, marketing attribution, analytics, and attribution. This is your total marketing, where you're doing everything from trade shows to newspapers, and then the digital marketing that resides within that. So it's about thinking through the complete cycle, not just attracting people to your website, but also engaging them, nurturing them, and then taking them to the level of post-sale, what happens after the sale. So what I recommend is that you operate your business today while creating tomorrow, being ready for tomorrow. And we've got this this spreadsheet that if you want this, you can just email us and we'll provide it to you, where you can like list down all the different methods that you have used and all the different methods you would like to use, and maintain and track like how much money you're spending and how many leads and sales are you getting. So you can track right down to the cost per customer. So digital marketing next 12 months, really to conclude, is all about personalization, to delight your visitors with individualized content and experiences based on their behaviors. Promote special offers, welcome back, or display important messages when your visitors return. Stop visitors before they leave your website. Now this is very important, because an average website is losing at least 50% of the people when they come, and less than 90% of the people are actually buying. So if you can stop people before they leave your website and make them an offer, it will make a lot of difference. Or at least ask them a question as to why they're leaving your website. Optimizing your funnel. So thinking through, looking at analytics, looking at the funnel, looking at which parts are working well for you and which parts can be improved. It will have a significant improvement in your conversion rate. You can do urgency messaging, like inspire purchase decisions by creating real-time stock for visitors. So the biggest success factor I feel is having the right mindset. Like am I committed to my growth goals? Am I thinking growth? Am I thinking new ideas? Or am I stuck to old ways and old patterns? And then there is commitment, like how committed I am to that journey. So like at the end of this webinar, how many the people who actually go and make their marketing plan, keeping these things in mind, are more likely to succeed than the people who just like don't do anything. And the third thing is action, because you are committed, and then the next thing is you need to take action. And I saw that there are a lot of people here in the audience who took action week by week. So if you're taking action week by week, you're measuring your marketing, you're trying different things, then it's a no-brainer that at the end of 12 months, you will be the winner in your industry. So if you really want to play an A game, I've got an offer for you. And this offer really, it's a one-time offer that we've never done before and probably will never do again. we are offering you a complete digital marketing audit, which includes your SEO strategy, your paid ads, social media marketing, your website conversion funnel, with a detailed report on what's working, budget reallocation recommended, and identifying any missed opportunities, plus two 45-minute sessions to take you through the findings. This is something we normally offer for $1,800, and we are offering this today for $1 only. So it's obviously for those people who are in the webinar, attending the webinar. If you want to take advantage of this offer, just call our office and take advantage of the webinar, of this offer. And we also have another offer at $1, which is a 12-month digital marketing roadmap, where the founders of Arrow will actually help you to craft your 12-month digital marketing plan based on what you've done and based on what opportunities exist in your industry. We'll examine the existing marketing methods and the performance trends, share industry benchmarks across products and channels, introduce breakthrough methods that will bring dramatic increase in acquisition, and we'll also give you a customized dashboard so you can monitor your marketing metrics right from acquisition to engagement to nurturing and repeat sales. So both these, you could take either of these offers. It's just for $1. You could take both. It'll cost you $2. So it's really an incredible offer that we are making here. And the only reason why we are doing it is that you made the commitment to spend 1 hour with us. We want to make the commitment to make your business grow. So all you need to do is to call our office on 1300-766-665. So I repeat, 1300-666-665. Yeah, 1300-66. Yeah.
We've already emailed the numbers to them.
Yeah, and we will also send you an email just to make it easy for you to to call us or contact us and take the offer. So I would like to thank you all, and just before we leave, if any of you have any questions, you can type your message and we'll respond to that. Also feel free to call us for questions, but if at this stage anyone would like to ask a question, we are available for the next 2 minutes. So we'll also be sending you a survey, like just to get a feel for what you liked in the webinar and what we can do differently next time. We'll be rolling out a series of webinars on different topics in the new year, and you will all be invited to be a part of it. So thank you, and we'll close the webinar now.